Today we are going to make homemade Play-Doh without using any boiling water. You'll just use regular tap water and no cream of tartar. So these are all things that you can find at home. First, we're going to use 4 cups of flour. You want to hold it for me? I'm not going to measure it exactly. Go ahead. 1.
And this, you could be practicing some of the math skills with your children,
2,
counting, talking about measurements, how many half
Okay.
cups make a cup, etc. Have them keep count on their fingers like Rachel's doing.
Okay. Isn't it fun to get messy? I feel like I'm in art class.
me too.
4. Okay.
It's the 4th one.
That's 4. All right. And then we're going to use 1.5 cups of salt. I'll let you hold that. Pour away. We're going to use our measuring cup to pour in the salt.
And if you have old flour that's been laying around your house that you want to get rid of, this would be great for that. We will see how much it makes. Maybe you could alter the recipe slightly.
1. And then you need a 1/2 cup, so you can put that one down. And we need a 1/2 cup of
And
salt.
that would also be a good math skill too, because you could teach them how to subtract to add it down to the amount you may need.
And a 1/2.
It's always good too to get them involved in cooking around the house.
My Rachel enjoys
Hi.
cooking with me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of oil. So we'll do 1 and 2. Mix that right in there. And then I've already pre-measured out the water just so we had it ready to go. But this is 1 cup of water. Go ahead and add that in.
So the measurements that we're showing you today are very simply divided in half if you wanted to make a smaller amount.
Now?
Yep, you can go ahead. Be gentle. And you can also add food coloring if you have it. Right now I don't have any on hand, so we're just gonna make it a plain color of Play-Doh. But this is great for using fine motor skills. You can get your hands in there to help stir if need be. And sometimes we have a little bit of extra flour in here, so we may end up needing to add a little bit of water. You may have to play around with it to get it the consistency that you need.
If you're adding food coloring to your Play-Doh, maybe separate the Play-Doh into smaller balls, use different colors. Talk about how when you mix yellow and red, it makes orange. Talk about primary and secondary colors. You could also add essential oils. In the past, we've used lavender, peppermint. You could put in vanilla, whatever flavor you might want to make it smell like. Lemon would be good. Open up those spice cabinets and see what you have in there.
Cinnamon. Yep. We're gonna add a little extra water. You don't want to drop it all in at once. We're gonna do little by little. And then we're gonna get our hands messy again.
Oh, come on. I'm going to use a spoon.
See, my daughter Rachel doesn't like to get messy, where I like the messy. All right, you want to add in a little bit more? It's all stuck on my hands.
Oh, I want to stir with a spoon.
You'll be okay.
This is a good way to talk to them about science too, how you're adding liquids and solids together.
Yep, you can add it. Perfect.
Are we done with Play-Doh?
Talk about how the air you're breathing is a gas.
Just set your feet up. And it's starting to form.
Once it's formed, some ideas you could use with this. We've been talking about dinosaurs, or will be talking about dinosaurs. You could make dinosaurs. Further on down the road, we're going to be doing STEM challenges, stacking eggs with plastic eggs with using Play-Doh in between, and that will all come down the road. So, and this stores well for probably a couple weeks in a Ziploc
About
bag.
2 weeks. Sure.
Okay.
We'll try it and see. See, we've added we're gonna do a little bit more at a time. That's good.
There's still some leftover rock.
That's okay. We're getting there. And this is nice to just sit around and, you know, work it out, talk with your kids. See what they think of the textures,
Yeah, textures.
how it feels in their hands, because right now it's pretty slimy. Before it was what? Before we added the extra water.
Soft.
It was soft and then it got kind of hard.
Yeah, and now
Okay,
it's
go ahead
smooth.
and take your, yep,
More water.
nope. I think we're pretty good. And you'll just kind of want to let it set for a little bit. You can see, I'm going to take it out. You can see how all that's setting up.
We're
Is
gonna
it-
make
you don't
more.
want to, you don't want to add, you don't want it super slimy. This is not slimy. It's not oozing through your hands.
I'm gonna wash them.
And then, you know, you just kind of, I would let it set for, you know, maybe 20 minutes, half hour, just to let it set up. And then go ahead and you should be able to play with it then.
And like I said too, you could easily cut this recipe in half and still have plenty for them to work with. And that's our activity for the day, how to make Play-Doh.